Imagine waking up each day with a clear sense of purpose, knowing exactly what you need to do to create a life of abundance. Now, picture yourself finally breaking free from the grind, having the freedom to live life on your own terms. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, it's not as far-fetched as you might think. It turns out, the difference between the ultra-wealthy and the rest of us isn't just the size of their bank accounts. It's their habits. We all know money is powerful, but what's even more powerful are the habits that lead to wealth. These habits are what separate those who continue to struggle from those who consistently win. The good news, these habits aren't some top secret formula locked away in a vault. You can learn them, adopt them, and let them shape your future. So, let's dive into the 5 life-changing habits that rich people swear by, and more importantly, how you can use them to transform your own life. 1. The power of a morning routine. Have you ever wondered why so many successful people seem to be early risers? There's a reason for that. The morning is the most important part of the day. It sets the tone for everything that follows. Wealthy people don't roll out of bed last minute and rush through their morning. No, they use this time intentionally. Think about it. If you own the first hour of your day, you're already ahead of most people. Take someone like Apple's CEO Tim Cook, for example. He wakes up at 3:45 a.m. every day. By the time most people are still hitting snooze, he's already organized his thoughts, gone through his emails, and hit the gym. It's about starting with a clear mind and body, allowing him to focus on high-priority tasks throughout the day. You don't have to get up before the sun rises, but you do need a routine. Whether it's meditation, exercise, journaling, or reading, that first hour belongs to you. Use it to center yourself and align with your goals. A solid morning routine boosts productivity, increases mental clarity, and helps manage stress. You're not reacting to the day, you're proactively designing it. So tomorrow, instead of snoozing your alarm, try waking up just 30 minutes earlier. Take that time to reflect, plan, or work out. You'll be surprised at how much control you'll start to feel over your life, and how quickly it begins to compound. 2. Learning and self-education. Never stop growing. If you ever sit down with a wealthy person, one thing will immediately become clear. They are lifelong learners. Take Warren Buffett as an example. Despite being one of the richest men on earth, he still spends 80% of his day reading. Not because he has to, but because he knows knowledge compounds just like interest. Rich people are obsessed with self-improvement. They don't rely solely on traditional education. Instead, they read books, attend seminars, take courses, and surround themselves with smarter people. They understand that the second you stop learning is the moment you start falling behind. They invest in their knowledge, like others invest in the stock market, because they know it pays dividends over time. But here's the kicker. Most people think education stops the moment they leave school. That's one of the biggest traps of the middle class, believing that what they know today is enough to sustain them tomorrow. Newsflash, it's not. The world is changing too fast. If you're not actively learning, you're getting left behind. Make it a daily habit to read or listen to podcasts on topics that will push you forward. It could be about personal finance, business, technology, or personal development. Even just 30 minutes a day of learning can completely shift your perspective and introduce you to opportunities you never knew existed. And here's the secret. Once you adopt this habit, you'll notice your confidence and decision-making improve because knowledge empowers you to make smarter choices. 3. Mastering discipline and delayed gratification. We live in a world that craves instant results, whether it's overnight success, quick cash, or even the 24-hour delivery from Amazon Prime. But here's a truth that most people don't want to hear. Real wealth is built on delayed gratification. Wealthy people don't fall into the trap of instant pleasure. They play the long game. They understand that sacrificing now leads to much greater rewards in the future. Think about Elon Musk. He famously slept on the factory floor during the early days of Tesla and SpaceX, choosing to invest every dollar he had into those companies rather than buying luxury homes or expensive cars. His focus wasn't on immediate comfort, it was on long-term success. Compare that with most people today who are eager to buy the latest gadgets, drive fancy cars, and flaunt a lifestyle they can't even afford. It feels good for a moment, but in the long run, it's draining your future potential. Wealthy people avoid this trap. They save, invest, and focus on building streams of income that will pay off for years to come. Adopting this habit doesn't mean you can't enjoy life. It means you have to be strategic. Every time you're about to make an impulse purchase, ask yourself, is this bringing me closer to my long-term goals? If the answer is no, consider waiting. Save that money and invest it. The short-term sacrifice will lead to long-term financial freedom. 4. Networking. Your circle is your net worth. If you want to become wealthy, here's a rule of thumb. Surround yourself with people who are already where you want to be. There's a reason the rich don't hang out with just anyone. They know the people you spend the most time with will directly influence your mindset, your habits, and ultimately, your success. The reality is your network is your net worth. Let's take a look at Richard Branson. From the very start, he surrounded himself with business leaders, innovators, and visionaries. He wasn't born into wealth, but by connecting with people smarter than him, he was able to elevate his game. Branson is constantly building relationships with people who challenge him, inspire him, and open doors to new opportunities. The same is true for you. Look around. Who are you spending most of your time with? Are they pushing you towards success, or are they holding you back? You might need to audit your circle. If you're the smartest person in the room, it's time to find a new room. Wealthy people don't just network for the sake of it. They do it with intention. They seek out mentors, join mastermind groups, and attend industry events because they know that one conversation could lead to a life-changing opportunity. Start attending local meetups, connect with people in your field, and seek out mentors who can guide you. The more value you bring to your relationships, the more doors will open for you. 5. Developing multiple streams of income. If there's one habit that separates the rich from the poor, it's this. They never rely on just one source of income. In fact, the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. Why? Because they understand that relying on just one paycheck is risky. They spread their income across various sources, ensuring that if one stream dries up, the others are still flowing. Look at someone like Jay-Z. He's not just a rapper. He's a business mogul with multiple ventures, including investments in tech, alcohol, clothing, and sports teams. Each one of those streams contributes to his wealth. It's the same story with Oprah, who turned her media empire into a platform to launch everything from magazines to TV networks. Having multiple streams of income gives you freedom. It takes you from living paycheck to paycheck, always worrying about money, to living with confidence, knowing that you're financially secure no matter what. If you only have one stream of income right now, start brainstorming ways to create more. It could be investing in real estate, starting a side hustle, creating digital products, or even freelancing. The key is to diversify so that you're not dependent on one employer or one client to keep you afloat. Here's a practical tip. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start building your second stream of income now, even if it's small. It's not about replacing your day job overnight. It's about creating options for your future. Conclusion: habits over luck. The truth is, wealth isn't about luck or some rare once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's about consistent habits, practiced day in and day out. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be isn't some big leap. It's in the small, daily actions you take. The habits we've covered, the power of a morning routine, lifelong learning, mastering delayed gratification, strategic networking, and building multiple income streams, aren't rocket science. They're simple, but powerful. They're the habits that rich people swear by, and the same ones that can change your life forever if you commit to them. So, starting today, I challenge you to choose just one of these habits and integrate it into your life. Maybe you'll wake up earlier tomorrow. Maybe you'll read a book instead of scrolling through social media. Or perhaps you'll start networking with people who inspire you. Whatever it is, remember this: wealth is built step by step, habit by habit. And if you stick to these habits long enough, you'll be amazed at how far they'll take you. You've got this. The life you've always dreamed of is within reach, and it all starts with the choices you make today. So let's get to work.